Coming Down by John R. Miller and frequently covered by Tyler Childers is going to be played in standard tuning and uses a capo. I'm going to be showing you how to play it based off of Tyler Childers' version that was recorded for live at the Red Barn radio station. He is capoed on the 4th fret here. There are some videos of him floating around capoed on the 3rd fret, but Red Barn, he's capoed 4th fret. Out of that, we're going to be playing G-shape formation. The intro is going to begin with your 2nd finger on the 6th string 3 fret. I'm speaking of these frets now relative to the capo, 1, 2, 3. 2nd finger, 6th string 3 fret. Your 2nd finger will be blocking out the 5 string for much of this. Open 4, open 3, ring finger pulled back to the 2 string 3 fret, pinky finger pulled back to the 1 string 3 fret. I will stipulate that in the one video that's circulating that I saw of Tyler Childers playing this, he began the chord shape more traditionally, but I am certain that I can hear that 2nd string 3 fret in there on this Red Barn version, the way it starts. It eventually does go to the traditional phrasing of the chord shape, but it begins like this. So you're going to strum across this chord. So down, down, up, and it's a really kind of loose, open strumming feel. There's not like a set strumming pattern. It's kind of something to just feel your way through, but what you want to do is in this G, you will be hammering with your 1st finger from the 4 string open to 4 string 2 fret with your 1st finger, keeping all of your other fingers intact in this G shape. So you'll hit on the 6th string, down, up, and then hit on the 4th string, like hitting just strum from the 4th string down. And as you hit the strum, hammer with your 1st finger to the 4th string 2 fret, and then hit the 4th string again, and pull off your 1st finger to re-expose the 4th string, that you get a feel like this. So I'm like down, down, up, down, up, down, up, and then on that down, I'm pulling off. So that's the intro, and then it does that like 3 times, and the 4th time you can hear him hammer from the open 5 string to the 5 string 2 fret with the 1st finger. Right back down into that G note, 6th string 3 fret, and this is where the verse starts. The verse is basically going to be the same movement of hammering on with your 1st finger to the 4th string 2 fret inside of the G chord, and then it's going to go G to a D chord to an E minor chord. So the way the D chord is an open 4 string, 1st finger to the 3 string 2 fret, ring finger to the 2 string 3 fret, 2nd finger to the 1 string 2 fret. Moving into these chords, a lot of them will be kind of a hit and hammer on into the chord, like. So here how I hit the 4th string and strummed on down there. My ring finger was already in position on the 2 string 3 fret from this G, but I hit the open 4 and strum, and then hammer on 1st and 2nd fingers into D position. This seems to be what Tyler Childers is doing most commonly in many of these chords, is like a hit and then hammer on. And it's not like overly exaggerated, like it's just. So that's your D chord into the E minor chord. That's an open 6 string, 2nd finger to the 5 string 2 fret, ring finger to the 4 string 2 fret, open 3, open 2, open 1. And then it's going to come back up to the D. In this D, in the back half of it, it feels like he pulls off his 1st finger. So pull off your 1st finger to open up the 3 string, and then move into a C chord. That's going to be your ring finger to the 5 string 3 fret. Your 1st finger needs to come down on the 2 string 1 fret, and I specify that before the 2nd finger because you're going to strum the C chord with those 2 fingers down, and you're going to hammer on your 2nd finger to the 4th string 2 fret. And then you can hear another hammer on there. So we've gone D, pull off of the D into the C, another hammer on. It lingers on that C, and then it walks back up to the D. Out of the C, going 2nd finger to the 5 string 2 fret, ring finger to the 5 string 3 fret, and then open 4 string into the D chord, and then it walks down to an A minor by going. So that walk down out of the D chord would be moving with your 2nd finger to the 5 string 3 fret, 1st finger to the 5 string 2 fret, and then an A minor hitting the open 5 string and kind of hit, hammer on. So 5 string, strum, hammer into the A minor chord. That is 2nd finger to the 4 string 2 fret, ring finger to the 3 string 2 fret, 1st finger to the 2 string 1 fret. So to go back through the back half of, or this verse again, we've got the G, G, G to the D, to the E minor, to the D chord, pull off of the D, to the C, hammer, hammer again, walk up to the D, walk down to the A minor, and then we're going to end the phrase by going 2nd finger to the 5 string 2 fret. That just plucks kind of alone out of the A minor. And then a traditional G-shaped chord. And this is getting us to where I said that Tyler eventually goes to the traditional G shape in that Red Barn recording. That is ring finger to the 6th string 3 fret, 2nd finger probably usually hammering into position on the 5 string 2 fret, open 4, open 3, open 2, and pinky finger pulled back to the 1 string 3 fret. So now our little riff part is going to be ring and pinky remaining in position there, and we're going to be hammering on with our 2nd and 1st fingers. 2nd finger hammering to the 4 string 2 fret, and 1st finger simultaneously hammering to the 2 string 1 fret. So we're basically hammering an A minor 7 shape inside of our bass and treble G notes. And it's going to be the same feel as the original, but our original was just 1 note. But now we're doing kind of a bigger chord. That's a down, down, up, down. I'm going down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, up. I think is what I'm doing there. That last up, down, on that down, you're pulling off your fingers and then kind of coming back up, and then that's bringing us back into another verse. So we've got the G to the D to the E minor. A lot of times this E minor in the verse will walk up to the D chord by out of the E minor going 5 string 2 fret where your 2nd finger already is, pinky finger to the 5 string 3 fret, and then hit the open 4 string. This brings us back to the D chord. You pull off again, C chord, hammer, C chord, walk up to the D, walk down to the A minor, and then B to the G. Now we're getting into the chorus. The chorus will be, so we're going to walk up to a C chord for the chorus. That would be an open 5 string, 2nd finger to the 5 string 2 fret, and then ring finger to the 5 string 3 fret. with your first finger needing to go down in position on the 2-string 1 fret, so that whenever we get into this C chord for the chorus, you can strum across 5 through 1 strings and hammer on with your second finger into position on the 4-string 2 fret. And then that hammer repeats just like it did earlier in the verse. Hammer, down, up, hammer, hammer, down, up. Pick up your second finger, strum, hammer, down. And then into the G chord. It's going to walk up to the D chord in the chorus with the same 5-string 2 fret, 5-string 3 fret D chord. And then a lot of times this D chord, in other versions he plays, will turn into a D7. He doesn't do this on Red Barn, but that D7 would be moving from a traditional D chord into your second finger on the 3-string 2 fret, your first finger on the 2-string 1 fret, your ring finger on the 1-string 2 fret. So you've got, now again from the beginning of the chorus, and I'll play it kind of quick to get back right there. To the G chord, walk to the D, to the D7, back down to the G chord. And then here we get a G7 that comes in. So in that G chord, the way that you want to get the G7 is you're going to leave your ring where it is on the 6-string 3 fret. You will move your pinky finger to the 2-string 3 fret and put your first finger down on the 1-string 1 fret. I'm trying to move my finger so that you can see what I'm doing there. So that you got basically the addition of an F note. Not a real F note, that's technically an A, but the addition of an F note inside of this G chord. And then it goes back to the C, to the D chord, to the C chord, to the G chord. Repeats the G, up to the D, back to the C, G, to the D, to the C. With those hammer-ons. And then it just goes back into... Oh, I know something that I was going to mention that I skipped over. In the chorus, where it goes to the G chord the first time, you can hear Untitled Chapter usually go. So like C to the G chord, riff. And that would be an open 5-string, first finger to the 5-string 1 fret, second finger to the 5-string 2 fret, open 4-string, open 3-string. But then you've got to immediately after that open 3-string, you're walking back up to the D. So 5-string 2 fret, 5-string 3 fret D. So very slowly again, out of the beginning of the chorus. And that's where the D7 would come in, back down to the G chord, to the G7, to the C, to the D, to the C, to the G, repeat the G, up to the D chord, to the C chord, and I think it repeats G, D, C again before going back into the riff. Alright, so those are the chords and the movements to Coming Down by John R. Miller as played by Tyler Childers. Hopefully this gives you an idea of how to approach the song.